Why we are having these frequent power outages lately. Israel Lai, head of our energy justice, with me in the studio with the details. Israel, for the benefits of those who may have missed that earlier, why are we having this challenge?
Right, so it has to do with a number of factors. As it turns out now, or for a while now, we've always known that we've been told by the power producers that they always need a healthy reserve margin, so that if you can have about 10% reserve margin, you know that if one of the units goes down for maintenance or for any reason at all, you can always bring on an additional unit so that you can supply as much power as is needed. But we've always been just on the margin, so just producing enough as people have demanded. So it turns out that if any unit goes down, it means there's a shortfall in the system. And once there's a shortfall, somebody has to suffer for it. And so once there's a shortfall, these are essentially unplanned outages, you can describe them. Because once it goes off, the generating grid crew is going to tell ECG that I'm knocking this area off.
So sorry, you have power.
So sorry.
But again, Israel, thing is this, from January up until now, we've had relative ease. We've been having power almost every single day. If your lights go off, maximum 5-10 minutes is back on.
Yeah.
How many of these units are off?
Until the FPSO had challenges.
Yes.
So once the FPSO had challenges, then it tightened the reserve a lot more. I mean, essentially, we really didn't have a reserve. And during that period, yes, you realize that people were experiencing challenges. Now, the FPSO, as I was trying to explain earlier, is not producing to its capacity.
Why?
Because it's had a challenge with the turret, and the turret is the one that connects everything else, called umbilical cords. The cords that go to the bed of the sea to draw the crude oil out through which the crude oil and the gas is pumped onto the FPSO. It has had challenges. As it is, they have to position and station the FPSO using other means other than the turret, doing its work. And as a result, they're not producing as much as they should. Something had to give. Otherwise, what they probably should have done was to just shut everything down, go fix the FPSO and come back. Okay, but they haven't done. They feel that they can manage the situation but then managing the situation means that you're not getting optimum capacity. So that's the challenge we've been dealing with until I'm told 2 days ago, it tripped. The compressor on the FPSO tripped. The compressor that produces the gas that's passed on to a turbo tripped. Once it tripped, a turbo can't process the gas. And Mary, which is supposed to save the situation, also can't generate electricity. And so then America goes out. Once America goes out, you have 250 megawatts knocked out of the system. And
already for the Abuaze enclave, some of these plants also use gas, and so ordinarily, some also get off.
So the plants within the Abuaze enclave, I'm told there's enough crude oil to get them running. So they are running. But Ameri went out. I'm told that Ameri is now running today as we speak. I just checked before I came on. So Ameri is back on, which means that it would ease the situation a bit. But again, if you look in the Tema enclave, apparently it's in operation, and Boom is using diesel, which is quite expensive. But yeah, they're still managing to produce. But yesterday, I'm told that Boom also tripped. So then that's another issue that compounds the situation. So you have pockets of challenges, and there's no gas coming from Nigeria as we speak.
So it means that for the Asogli plants, automatically it's off.
So it's off. So then we're in a tight situation. Kappa is running, of course, but we're just teetering on the edge as it is.
So for this, I don't know what to call it. Is it a crisis we're in? What is this?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a crisis, because I believe that we can get things run if we're able to get the America, stable, producing for a while. Keep America running, then we should be fine. But it's too dangerous.
Okay, you see, and we're
on the edge.
Once you talk about
it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
I get it, but it's hinged on that major fact about the FPSO and how well it's running. If it's fixed properly, we won't have these issues, isn't it?
But here's something else that's coming on the 20th. I'm told the FPSO is going to be shutting down for another 4 days. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
So it means this challenge we're having now with the power will fester for a while longer.
It will.
So for businesses who are looking to this and would want to plan, what do they do?
The situation, we're not going to have it being as bad as it was some time ago when, before the beginning of the year, when we had, people going out without power for, 2 days and the rest. We're not going to have that. But you're going to be experiencing some challenges. So if you've had it being so terrible in the past and you have it not being so terrible, I'm sure people would want to manage. But it's an uncomfortable situation, that I must say.
Okay, but Israel, when this thing came up sometime early this morning, some have raised suggestions. Okay, we are paying more tariffs now.
Yeah.
The energy sector levy is in. So if this is a challenge from the FPSO and it's a question of fuel, why can't we go buy the crude and fix this problem?
If we're talking about fuel, as I indicated, the units in the Western Enclave within Takrady are getting fuel. And Mary can't run on any other fuel apart from gas. So that's a challenge there. And if you come to the Tema Enclave too, we have Asogli relying only on gas, and there's no gas coming through. So yes, that's a problem. And then we also have Boom, which is running on diesel. We're told there was a trip, and that has to be fixed. If that is not fixed, it's still going to. So it's not so much of a fuel problem, from what I understand. Well, fuel, if you talk about gas, yes, that's a fuel problem, yes, but not so much about the fact that probably government is unable to buy crude oil. It's more about the units that we have can't run on any other apart from gas.
Okay, and once you touched on gas, let's just wrap up with that one. The situation with Nigeria providing us the gas, which will have Asogli running, is it done? Have we sorted out that issue, or now we're not getting gas at all from Nigeria?
We're not getting, I'm told we're not getting gas at all from Nigeria because of their own problems there. That pipes have been vandalized and the rest, and so there's no gas coming through at all. That's my understanding.
But we owe them too, don't we?
Yeah, we do owe them. Again, my understanding of the problem is that so long as we had ring-fenced the debt. So what we're supposed to be doing was to be paying them what they were supplying us. But if there's nothing being supplied, then essentially there's nothing being paid. But that debt that's outstanding has been ring-fenced. That's my understanding.
Okay, so we should brace ourselves now. Let's hope for the best.
We'd have to manage with the situation as it is. It's not a pleasant thing, but yes, that is what you're getting. Okay,
and with Israel, with his sleeves rolled, you know that things are happening and they need to be fixed, especially for the power sector. Head of our energy desk here at Join is giving us the details of how serious the situation is with our power and its supply. I'm sure you've slept in darkness for some time. You might want to drop us a comment via social media. Facebook, look for Joy News. Twitter at Joy News on TV. Drop your comments with the hashtag The Pulse. You share your thoughts to the rest of the world. After the break, we'll bring you that story. Nanado has been busy in the past few days. He's taken his campaign tour to the Trobo and Massaman constituency in the Greater Accra region. We'll bring you a live update of that story and more after the break. Stay with us.